morning. I am Julian Ingram, interim head of the lower school. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Grandparents' Day. Thank you for making the effort to join us for this special day that has become a wonderful tradition at our school. We are very excited to share an amazing musical performance with you, and we can't wait for you to visit our classrooms later this morning. When the word grandparent comes to mind, we often think of special treats and snacks, an extraordinary gift, an extravagant vacation, or permission to do something that mom and dad would never allow. But as we get a little older, we realize that grandparents give us so much more. Legacies, memories, traditions, and values. As I reflect on my grandparents, the following comes to mind. Papa Anderson, one of the kindest and most generous men I've ever known, always with a Buckeye in his pocket for good luck. Mimi, a passion for fashion and flowers, but most of all, the reminder to put a little lipstick on. It will make you feel better. And Pawpaw Kite, a love for the lake, and whistling to the tune of tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. Now that's going to be stuck in your head all day, for those of you that know. And Grandmother Grace, a passion for teaching, the importance of education, and her legacy as one of the first female principals in the state of Tennessee. You may not be aware of the legacy, memory, tradition, or value that you will leave for your grandchildren, but keep in mind, it is often the smallest things that leave a lasting impression. Your presence here today is testimony that you are making your mark on their lives. Thank you for coming again today. Celebrate with us. I will now turn the program over to our extremely talented and patient, there you are, music teacher, Jeannie Williams. Her passion for music and her love of teaching are evident in the amazing productions she puts together. She has spent many hours preparing with our students. I can assure you, you are in for a real treat. We are also very fortunate to have grandparent Mary Morrison, who also happens to be Mrs. Williams' mother, and WC for the number of years. This is her last year as our lower school grandparent. However, we hope that we might be able to persuade her to continue sharing her talents with us. Without further ado, here are Mrs. Williams and our precious preschool and pre-kindergarten students.
Okay. I've been done. Please stop. I said,
today, as you've heard, we have a lot to say about the subject of possibilities. And look at the choices we have in our lives. There's no limit to what we can think about and what we can learn. We can go to school to learn, but we can also learn from life experiences and from other people. We can think about anything we want to, anytime we want to, because our minds belong to us. We can read books, talk to people, watch movies, study, or just plain think so we will grow. When we talk about possibilities, we're not just talking about physical possibilities. We're talking about things like growth, and we're talking about wisdom, peace of mind, and happiness. Those are the things that come from who we are, not what we look like. They don't come from how much money we have or where we were born. Like the song says, our lives are spread out before us, and we can see so many possibilities. The toughest part of having so many possibilities is deciding which ones we'll pursue. It's like picking out a birthday present. From the time we're born, we're already reaching out to make choices for ourselves. Even little kids have dreams, big dreams. big dreams at some time or another. Most of the time when we think of our dreams, we think about our abilities. For example, we think about becoming doctors or starting our own businesses. Maybe we think about traveling in space or climbing mountains. Maybe we'll write books or make movies. Whatever our dreams are, we're probably already thinking about them right now. In fact, lots of people start working on their dreams as soon as they can. Dancers might begin to take lessons when they're very young. Musicians might start to learn about music in elementary or middle school. Our students are already working on their dreams too, and many of them have big dreams in common. There's no rule that says we cannot have more than one dream. There is no limit to the possibilities we all have. When we think of possibilities as careers, jobs, or occupations, the sky's the limit. We might choose to narrow it down a little bit to the things we would find appealing. If I'm good at science, I might think about becoming a scientist. If I can sing, I might think about becoming a performer. If I'm good at sports, I might become a professional athlete. If I like to read or write, maybe I'll become an author one day. If my computer is my favorite thing, maybe I'll write programs or invent my own computer someday. But for now, it sure is fun to think about anything and everything. Did you know that everything we do in life is a choice? Of course, we can't choose the way other people act or things happen, but we can choose the way we will be. Like we said before, we can choose our occupations, we can choose our dreams, but our possibilities are so much more than that. We have the possibility to choose whether we smile or frown. We have the possibility to choose whether we let things bother us or not. Sometimes things on the outside can hurt us and we need to cry. There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly normal. But most of the time, the things that happen around us every day are things that we can choose how do we feel about. If somebody says something to you that isn't nice, you can choose to get angry and hurt, or you can choose to ignore it. If you get a grade you don't like, you can choose to improve yourself for the next time. If the sky is cloudy and gray, you can carry your own sunshine. It isn't always easy to let things roll off of you, especially things that hurt. But sooner or later, even these things will pass. What won't pass is your ability to choose. It's important that we all know about our own possibilities in life. The point is, your choices are yours. Your life is yours. Your dreams are yours. Whatever happens to you in life, you have the power to choose how you will be. You have the power to keep dreaming, and you can choose to believe in yourself. You can choose to know who you are and where you're going. Trust in yourself and your faith will show through. Remember, don't ever give up. You are worth it.
You will have many choices.
Well, there's an old saying that life is a journey, a road to be traveled. If it's true, what an adventure it could be. It could be full of beautiful mountains to climb and peaceful valleys to cross. There could be days of warming sunshine and days of cooling rain. One day, we might choose a path that brings us to a whole new place. But each and every day on that journey could be special. That's the most important thing to remember today. There are possibilities all along the way. If we hurry through trying to reach our destinations, we're missing the best parts. It is up to us to figure out how to appreciate them. It's up to us to remember that each day will happen only once. After all, each one of us has a journey to take, and the possibilities are endless.
say a special thank you to my mom, Mary Morrison, for coming out and narrating again this year. Thank you, Mama. My kids have been here since my daughter was in pre-K, and she is now a junior in high school. So she and my father have had quite a few grandparents' days here, and we love it every year. It's one of our special days. Well, I'm going to say a couple of thank yous first. When you get back down to your classrooms later this morning, please do thank your classroom teachers and teacher assistants. This is a lot, but it would not be possible without their help. They do an amazing job handling the children backstage and getting them in the right places and just making sure to help me run everything so smoothly. Mr. McAteer, who is our theater director and a member of my fine arts department with Ms. Chokshi and Dr. Green and Mr. Miller, Mr. Cole. We have a great team, and he's back there on the soundboard helping me out with the lights, and we have a great time practicing at rehearsals together, so thank you, Mr. Mack, for helping today. Mrs. Ingram and Mrs. Brooks in the office just help to keep everything grounded, which is so nice. We can come up here and have our rehearsals and not worry about anything else for the week. And also to our administration, Mr. Eustace, for all the support. Mr. Sparks is back on our video camera back there, so you'll be able to see all of this on YouTube later. If you want to re-watch it over and over, you can. And Mrs. Evans and Mrs. Weinberger, who are our development office, do an amazing job just putting these events together and making it as special as possible. So we thank you so much for being here. It really, truly is a family, and we love sharing all of that we've learned with you today. So thank you so much. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Eustace up to the stage for just a few closing remarks. So thank you, and Mr. Eustace.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mrs. Williams did a great job of thanking all the important people, but she left someone off the list. Ms. Williams, will you come back out here, please? Without you, thank you for all of it. I want to take just a moment and, on behalf of the entire school, and certainly myself, welcome all of our grandparents and our special friends to our campus this morning. You are always welcome to be here. It's always a fun place to come and visit, but today is certainly a special day. And while Ms. Ingram shared some of her memories from some of her grandparents and great advice, although I don't think I'll be putting any lipstick on today, I can also recall some great advice. My paternal grandfather was probably my most influential mentor as I was growing up back up in Eastern Canada, and I can certainly relate to the relationships that develop between students and their grandchildren, and we're happy to have you all here today to see some of that manifest itself, so thank you for being here. And we're going to head off to the lower school here in a very, very few moments. I know you're eager to get down there, and I realize I stand between you and your grandchildren, so I'm going to make this real brief. But I want to have an opportunity to make sure that you understand, as grandparents and special friends, how important it is not just that you're here today, but the support you provide for your students and your families through the course of the year. Financial, time, and otherwise. We really do appreciate it. We have some special things happening here at Augusta Prep, and you're a big part of it. So again, thank you for all that you do. We have a few gifts here this morning, so we're going to play a couple of fun games. Before I do that, I guess I should say we found a pair of sunglasses out in the lobby. So if anybody left some sunglasses out in the lobby, feel free to come and grab them as soon as we're done the program on your way down to the lower school. Ms. Williams, you're going to give me a hand with some prizes? Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to play a couple of quick games. We've got a few prizes to hand out this morning. So I am curious of those that are here this morning, and I'm really talking to our grandparents and special friends, but I'm curious who our most experienced grandparent or special friend is here this morning. So what we're going to do is ask with a show of hands, and I will start with the experience level of, let's say, 70 years. So if anybody has 70 years of experience, if you could throw your hand up for me, I would appreciate it. And we'll kind of keep climbing from there. We're going to see who our most experienced grandparent or special friend is. Okay, so we got a few hands up. So let's take the jump to 75 years of experience. We've still got some hands up. Okay. This is where people start to think, am I going to be honest or do I want to win a prize? Which one's it? Okay, so let's take the leap to 80 years. Do we have some hands still? Hard for me to see. Ms. Williams, can you see any better? We've still got a few up, okay. Okay, I'm going to take the leap to 85 years of experience. Who can help me in the back? I can't quite see very well. Okay. Do we have multiple hands up? Yes, we do. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be real careful here. This is treading on thin ice, and I realize that. Okay, how about 86 years? I still have some. I really can't see very well, so I'm going to count on people to help me here.
We have one back here.
One back here. Do we have more than one? Did we cut it off at 86? 86 years of experience is our winner. All right, well, thank you. All right. Happy birthday. 89. It doesn't look a day over 88, so I couldn't tell. Okay, a couple more. I am curious, get a little more prep specific with this. Now, I want you to think this one through a little bit, because my question is, what family that's with us this morning has the most graduates from Augusta Prep? And that can be grandchildren or children, but the most graduates in your family from Augusta Prep. So we'll keep the bar nice and low and climb a little bit. So how many families here have at least 2 graduates from Augusta Prep? Again, grandchildren or children. Got some hands up, good. Okay, how about 3? Got any hands up? Where are we? I can't see. Anybody help me back there? Mr. McAteer, can you see?
I'm not seeing any hands.
So we have 2. Okay, put the hands back up at 2. Okay, so we've got multiple winners. Well, that didn't work out very well at all. Okay, how many hands do we have? Hands back up again. So we've got 3 families? I know we've got 3 gifts back there, don't we? Okay, let's make that happen. So we've got 3 families with multiple graduates. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you.
We have 5.
We have 5.
Better find some gifts.
Okay, we've got gifts. Is anyone interested in a podium? Would anybody like a podium? Just promise me you don't tell the next set of grandparents who are coming in that we gave away all the gifts, okay?
Where were the ones back here?
We got it covered. Got it covered.
Here? We have one back here.
If anybody else graduates from Augusta Prep in the next 30 seconds, we're in trouble. Okay, and as Ms. Williams makes her way around, thank you, Jeannie, for doing that. Again, just a big thank you from us here at Augusta Prep for making the time and the effort. I know many of you traveled great distances to be here with us. Thank you for being here and celebrating not just what you saw on stage, but everything that goes into it. Ms. Williams touched on some of the folks that are involved in making a production like this morning happen, but don't forget that what you're seeing here is just a small snippet of what happens on our campus every single day. We really like to celebrate the 3 A's, the academics, arts, and athletics here on campus. You're seeing a little bit of the arts here this morning. We've got so much going on with all of our faculty and staff, and again, we're happy to celebrate it all with you here this morning. So at this point, I am going to ask you to make your way, as you see fit, down to the lower school. I know the students and faculty are eagerly awaiting your arrival to see what's happening down there. And for those of you that do have students in middle and upper and are coming back, the next program begins at 11:30. Thank you very much.